guys, welcome back to the projects. I am back with another part of Instagram content saver. So this is the final part of Instagram content saver, and we can say second part. So in this part we are going to see how to download reel, IGTV, video, photo from Instagram. But for making the video little bit interesting, so I am going to show you how to download reel, photo, video and IGTV. But I am giving you task, so you have to figure out by yourself how to download profile pic. So I am going to show you complete method how these things work, so you can easily figure out how to download profile pic. So I am giving a little bit task for you. So if you are able to download, then it will be great. So now in this video we are going to see how to work with Instagram API and how these kind of things work. So this video is going to be very interesting and you will be going to learn lots of things in this video. Just believe on me and please watch the video till end. So don't further delay, now let's start the video and see how to create our Instagram content saver. So first of all, I open my Yano Studio and this is our Insta Saver tutorial. So I leave my project here. So first of all, I done mistake in my video fragment and maybe in photo fragment. So you can see in photo fragment I am attaching the layout of profile pic. So I have to attach the layout here, photo fragment. So in previous video I done this mistake, so correct this. So now it is fine. So now before moving ahead, first of all we have to add a dependency because we are going to use a Volley for fetching the details from our API, and then we have to also add an internet permission. So first of all, come inside your Android manifest and add a permission of internet. So take an open bracket, type here uses permission internet. So it is fine. Now come inside your activity main XML file and copy the color of this background. So I copy this color code and I want to use this same color for our title bar. So come inside your colors.xml and make the change inside here, this one. So it will replace the color by title bar of pink. So it will be good. So now it is fine. Now let's start working with the code. So first of all, add a dependency. So open your build.scripts module app and we have to add 3 dependency here. One dependency is Volley, one dependency is for converting the JSON data to normal data, and one dependency to using strings. Because we are going to shorten the URL, we have to fetch the data by using specific part of URL. So for this we have to use a library Apache. So I open my previous one project and this is my project and I have to use these 3 dependencies. So you can type it manually and I will provide the drive link of the dependency, so you can type it as it is and it is your choice. You can type it directly by seeing video and it is very easy. Now paste this and click on sync now, so it will add these dependency here. So dependency is adding, so dependency add up set up correctly. So now we are ready to write the code. So first of all, let's see how to download with Instagram reel, and then we will figure out, then we will have to copy paste the code. First of all, we have to download reel. So I open my reel fragment and I also have to open my reel fragment.xml. So you can see I give the ID name here, get reel link, and if I click on get content, then this is the get reel button and this is the button to download the reel. So let's start assigning the XML ID into Java IDs and then we will figure out how this API is. So first of all, we are going to do some normal work of assigning the XML ID into our Java IDs. So I open my reel fragment and here we have to declare some variables. So declare variables with me. So first of all, I take a variable string and I give the variable name URL and the type of the inside this variable what I store, null. Then we have a video view to play the reel. So video view, and I give the variable name and particular video, but you can give any variable name, it is your choice. Then we have an edit text to take the link from the user. So I type here get reel link, and then we have a button. If someone click on get reel button, then we have to show the reel inside our video view. Then we have a button to download the reel, download reel, and then we have a media controller to play the media. So private media controller and give the media controller, and we have a string reel URL. I am declaring this one more variable and by default I assign inside this one, so you can assign any value. And then we have a private, and this is the URI type to play the content inside our variable. So I give the variable name URI2, but you can give any variable name, and click on this and press Alt plus enter, so it import the URI class. Now we have to assign the XML ID into our Java IDs first of all. So for this we have to type here get reel link equal, so v.findViewID r.id.reel link, this one get reel link. Then we have a get reel button, get reel equal v.findViewID So maybe always assign the correct ID into our Java IDs, otherwise it will going to crash our application. So make sure you are assigning correct IDs. Then after this we have a download reel. Download reel equal find view id dot find view id r dot id dot download reel, this one. Then we have a m particular reel equal find m particular video. So it is not appearing here, so I open my reel fragment and click on this. So this is particular reel id. So open this again. So particular, here I have to give the name m particular reel because this is a reel fragment. So m particular reel equal v dot find view id r dot id dot particular reel, this one. It is fine. And then after this what we have a media controller. We have to declare a media controller object. Media controller equal new media controller, and we have to pass the context, get context. This is done, and semicolon. Now we have a media controller dot set anchor view, and inside this we have to pass what we want, where we want to show our reel inside our particular reel. So this is done. Now when we have to show the reel, so if someone click on get reel button, get reel, so we have to set an on click listener, then new, then capital O and press enter. So if someone click on get reel button, then we have to, so you can add multiple condition here, like if user enter the reel link or not, and you can, it is your choice, whatever you want to do. So the main work is start from here. Come on to the main topic, how our Instagram API is work. So for this I open my browser, and here I open my WhatsApp. So you can see I have some URLs here. So you can see this is the photo URL, this is the reel URL, and this is the IGTV URL, to show you how these things going to work. So for this I open these URLs in separate tabs. So you can see if I directly clicking on these URLs, it's going to open the URL directly inside our Instagram application. It will not going to show the JSON data of our application. So I am minimizing the sound here due to the copyright issue, because these reels and these videos contain sound, so that's why I minimize it. So the main thing is, you can see if I directly click on the link, it will going to open the link directly on our Instagram app. So but we need a JSON data to show inside our application. So how we are able to get the JSON data? So the main thing is that you can easily figure out these things by a little bit research. So now I copy any link. So you can see if it is a reel, so you can see the URL https www.instagram.com/p. So if it is a photo, then you will find the word p. If it is a reel, then you will going to find the word reel, and if it is a IGTV, then you will going to find the word IGTV here. So this is the main thing. Now after this, how to get the JSON data of anything. So now let's start finding the JSON data of reel. So I have to copy this link. So I copy this link and I paste this link in new tab. And when you paste the link in new tab, you have to delete this some extra words. So UTM medium copy link and up to question mark. After deleting this, you have to type here __ a equal 1, this one, and press enter. And when you will press enter, you can see now I am able to get the all JSON data of my reel. So you can see this is my all JSON data of that particular reel. So now I can download anything from this API. I can download comments, I can download the size of the video, length of the video, plays of the video, any data related to that reel. So I have to copy this JSON data, and I want to show this JSON data more clearly. So I open the JSON formatter website and I have to paste the data here. So first of all I delete the previous one data and paste the data here. So you can see, you are able to see the hierarchy here. So this is the GraphQL type, and this is the media, and the type of the media is graph video. So you can see this is the height, width, and this is the display URL. So this is basically the thumbnail of that particular reel. So if I copy this thumbnail, Control C copy, and if I paste this URL in new tab, I am going to see the exact thumbnail which my reel contains. So you can see this is the picture because this is the thumbnail. Now I will show you where is the, so you can see this is the display source and this is the height and width. You can download the thumbnail in different qualities, it is your choice. Now where is the main video info, because we want a reel. So come down and you can see here, you can see this is contain video URL. So you can see this is the video play count and this is the video view count and these all data. So now if I want to download the reel, then I have to use this video URL. So I have to copy this. So if I copy this now, and if I paste the URL here in new tab, it will going to open this URL in directly in browser, not in Instagram app. So you can see now if I use this URL, then I am able to download from the browser and directly I can save this inside our application. But if I directly clicking on my URL, so it will going to open the application, or we can say reel in directly in Instagram app. But if I am using this URL, then I can play the reel inside my application and then I can download this. So this is the main logic how this thing is going to work. So you can download, this is the same thing work with an IGTV, and this is the same thing work with photo. So let's start. You can see this is the photo and it directly open the photo in new tab in Instagram. So let's delete this extra word UTM medium, and here you have to simply add underscore underscore a equal 1 and press enter. So you can see now I am able to get the all JSON data of that photo. So let's copy this JSON data, Control A, Control C. Now I again open the JSON formatter and paste this here, and Control A, Control V, and you can see this is the type of graph image. So if it is a reel, then you will going to get the type of, this is the type of graph video, and this is the type of graph image. So hope you understand. Now this is the height width of the image. Now the main thing is display URL. So for downloading the image, we have to use this display URL. So if I click on copy this data and paste the data in new tab, so you can see I am able to get the directly photo. So I can directly display this photo inside my application using this URL, and I can download this. So hope you understand how this thing is going to work. Now this same thing is work with Instagram IGTV, this same thing is work with Instagram videos, this same thing is work with Instagram casuals, and this same thing is work with Instagram profile pic. So that's why I am saying you can easily download anything from Instagram except stories, because story requires some different kind of thing. We have to generate a access token for accessing anything. So that's why, but you cannot download almost anything except stories. So you can see this data is not contain only the profile pic URL. You can see you can download the profile pic of any user. You can see you can download, get the name of the user and username of the user. Then you can see the comments and what caption I use inside my post. You can see any data which is available by Instagram. So hope you understand how this thing is going to work. So now we have to hit this URL. So first of all, we have to take the URL, this URL, normal URL from user. Then we will edit this URL to this URL, and then we will hit the URL using Volley, and then we will fetch some specific details. Like for downloading reel, we have to download video URL, and for downloading picture, then we have to use display URL. So we have to download these things. So that this basically this thing is going to work in this way. So now let's start working with reel first. So you can see this is the reel, so where the all data is present. So if I expand this, and you can see this is the first bracket. So inside this we have a GraphQL. Inside GraphQL we have a shortcode media. So inside shortcode media you can see this bracket start here, and this bracket is start here, this bracket start here and here. So it does not have any connection with our data. So now you can see this bracket start here and here, this bracket, this array start here and here. Now this dash info start here and here. Now video URL, you can see this is the video URL which you want to get. So video URL is present inside this bracket of shortcode media. Shortcode media is present inside this GraphQL. So first of all, we have to create a Java class to get the video URL, and then we have to create a Java class of video URL type to get the shortcode media. Then we have to again create a Java class of GraphQL and the type of the shortcode media. So we have to create 3 Java classes, and then we are able to get all these things. So hope you understand how this thing is work. So now let's start writing the code, and maybe if you find this thing interesting, then I don't need anything, just simply like the video. So now let's see how to create the Java classes. So first of all, what we have to get the video URL and display URL for our normal thing. So if I open my browser, and this is the data for our photo. So first of all, I have to confirm. So you can see we can use the same Java classes, because we have to get the graph URL, then we have to get the shortcode media, and inside shortcode media we have a display URL. So where is the display URL? This is the very big data. You can see this is a display URL, and it is present inside the shortcode media. So you can compare the brackets, and it is very easy. Now after this, we can use the same Java classes for both videos and photos. So now open your Render Studio, and I open this project. So first of all, let's create a Java class. So right click on your package name, then you have to click on Java class. Now you can give any class name, so I give the class name model class, and inside this model class what I want to fetch from data, I want to fetch video URL and string URL. So string video underscore URL and display underscore URL and semicolon. Now one important thing I want to say, you are getting the directly data from API, so that's why you have to give the exact name here. So this contain display underscore URL and this contain, where is the video underscore URL, video underscore URL. So you have to give the same name here, otherwise it will not going to work. So make sure you will give the same name here. Now we have to add a getter, setter and constructor. So constructor, select all, okay, and then we have a getter, setter, alt insert getter and setter, select all, okay. This Java class is created successfully. Now I already explained you this video URL is present inside our shortcode media, and then we have to, for this we have to create a, we have to get the shortcode media. So how we can get, we have to create one more Java class, new, then Java class, then we can give any class name, it is your choice, whatever you want to give. So I can give here main reel, but you can give any class name, it is your choice. Now the type of the shortcode media is the model class, because data is present inside shortcode media, so we want to fetch shortcode media and then we want to fetch get data. So the type of this is model class. So for this you have to type here private model class, and what do you want to fetch, shortcode media. So as I already explained you, if we want to get shortcode media we have to give the exact name here, shortcode media, then semicolon. So if I open my browser, so shortcode media, you can directly copy paste the names here, from here it is your choice, and you can directly type this. Now after this alt insert constructor, okay, then alt insert getter and setter, okay. So this is done. Now at last what we have to get, we have to get the graph URL, or we can say GraphQL. So right click on your package name, then new, then you have to click on Java class and give the class name. You can give any class name, it is your choice. So I am giving the class name main URL, because it will going to return the final URL, and inside this the type of the GraphQL is main reel type, because shortcode media is present inside our GraphQL, so that's why main reel GraphQL semicolon. Now we have to do the same work again, alt insert constructor, okay, then we have a getter and setter, alt insert getter and setter, okay. So this is done. Now we can start working with Volley and this thing. So first of all we have to shorten the URL, then we have to hit the URL, then we have to get the response, and then we have to fetch the specific thing from that response. So first of all, if someone click on this get reel button, then we have to fetch the URL. So I have to declare a variable here. I already declare a variable URL, this is, and one more thing I want to say, there is by default URL is present, this is java.net, so we have to use our own URL, not this one. So we have to take the URL from our edit text get reel link dot get text to string to string, add a semicolon here. Now after this we can check multiple condition here, get reel link dot equals null. So if it is equal to null, then it means URL is empty, and inside this we can display any message like first enter URL, or you can add multiple condition here. Let us suppose if user try to try to download the IGTV inside from reel fragment, then you can do multiple condition. So it is your choice, whatever you want to do, you can add multiple condition. So first enter URL, and then after this toast.length short and dot show, and after this inside else part, if it is everything is fine, then we have to convert this URL into this URL. So I open my browser, so I have to convert the normal URL to this URL. So what I have to do, I have to separate the URL from, I have to delete this extra word, so I have to cut the URL up to question mark, and then I have to add this underscore a equal 1 extra. So let's see how to do this thing. So I already add a dependency Apache, so we are going to use this one. So first of all I take a string, I have to declare a string, and I give the name string here result2, and inside this what I am going to store, I can use here string utils. This is the Apache dependency provided by. Then we have to get the substring before, and inside this we can pass the parameter. So first of all, what do you want to shorten? We want to shorten our URL, this one, and from up to where we want to get, so we want to get slash question mark. So I want to get up to this URL. So if I open this, so I want to get slash question mark, I want this part, so I am getting this part after performing this operation. So hope you understand. Now what I have to add, underscore slash question mark underscore underscore a equal 1. So I can type here URL, and this is our main variable, and inside this I can concatenate result2 plus slash underscore in question in double quotes slash question mark and underscore underscore a equal 1. That's it. Now we have add a semicolon here. Now we can directly call the function process data. So you can display a toast here to check whether you are getting the correct URL or not. It is your choice. So I know it is going to work fine, so I am not getting any toast. So I create this function process data, so which will do the all API related work. So now let's start creating this function. So first of all, I already add a Volley, so I can directly type here string request. This is the Volley, and give any variable name. I give the Volley request, and inside this you have to type a new string request, and then after this we have to pass what we want to hit. We want to hit our URL, and then inside this we have to type a new response listener. So when you press enter, it automatically write the whole code. So inside on getting response, we have to convert the normal response into our normal data. So we have to use a JSON builder equal then new JSON builder and semicolon. Now we have to type here JSON and equal JSON builder dot create. So it will create this. Now we have to use this JSON. So I from where I am getting the URL? From our GraphQL. So the GraphQL present inside our main URL class. So I have to type here main URL, you can give any object name, then JSON from JSON, and we are getting the response from our API, and the type of the response is main URL dot class, because we are getting the graph URL directly. Then after this we have a real URL. Inside this I have to store the main URL because I want to get the video. So how I can get the video URL? So I have to call the main URL class, then we have to get the GraphQL, then we have to get the shortcode media, and then we have to get the video URL. So you can see now this kind of thing is work like this. And instead of video URL, we have to type here get video URL, because we have to use getter and setter. So that's it. Now we can directly use this video real URL, whatever we want to use. So first of all, I can use here URI2, because I want to convert this normal URI to our type of this URL into URI to play the reel inside our application. So I have to pass inside this real URL, and now I can directly start playing this inside our particular reel dot set media controller, and inside this media controller then particular reel dot set video URI, and inside this we can directly pass this URI to, and then particular reel dot request focus, then semicolon. Now particular reel dot start. This is done. Now it will start playing the video. Now this is showing error, so maybe you can see why it is showing error. So we have to add also, if let us suppose if we are not getting any response from our API, then add a question mark here, then new response error listener, this one. So it will automatically add the whole code. So you can display any message here, toast.mactest get application get context. So let us suppose sometime this API may be not working due to the Instagram or anything else, so we can directly display any toast here. So not able to fetch or anything, whatever you want to display. Then we have to toast.lengthShort and dot show. Now we have to add a semicolon here. So this is done. Now at last what we have to do, we have to call the queue. So request queue, this is the main thing, otherwise this hitting is not going to work. Queue, and we have to make the request of Volley type, Volley, this one, Volley dot new request queue, and inside this we have to pass the get context, and we have to queue dot add request. So that's done. Now the main thing is, let us suppose if someone click on download button, then what we have to do. So this is the functioning of, if someone click on get reel button, then we have to get the data from our API, and then we have to start playing the real data inside our application. So now if someone click on download button, then what we have to do. So we download reel dot set on click listener, then new, then capital O, and press enter. So if someone click on download button, so first of all I can check if real URL is equal to equals, and inside this by default. So you can see on top what I store inside our real URL 1. So let us suppose if we are getting correct response from our API, then this real URL is going to update. So if it is not equal to 1, then it means we are getting the successfully response from our API, and that's why we can start our downloading process. And if it is equal to 1, still equal to 1, then it means user are trying to download and user don't enter anything, user don't have any reel, and then user try to download, click on download button. So I can give any toast message here, get context, and I can give any message, no video to download or anything else. Now after this, for downloading anything, we are going to use the download manager. So I am not going to access external storage because we can directly use the download manager. So it is good thing to download static things, and it is always good to learn new things. So you will going to learn this thing. So download manager, and we have to call the request. You can give any variable name, I give the request again, and then we have to call this download manager dot request, and we have to pass the URI, and that's it. Now after this, we have to request one. This is the variable name request dot set allowed network type, and inside this we have to type a download manager dot request, and type of the network Wi-Fi we have to pass this, and or download manager dot request network mobile. So user can download from using your mobile network or Wi-Fi network, it is your choice. Now request dot set title. So let us suppose if the user try to download IGTV, then maybe the thing is big, so it will take time. So we can give the title, so it will going to show the user the thing is downloaded. Set description, so you can set any description, it is your choice, whatever you want to show. So you can show the percentage, how much thing is already downloaded and how thing is left. So for this you have to use some different thing. You have to calculate the video length or anything else. So you can do anything, but my main purpose is to teach you how to work these kind of things. Now we have to use this allow media scanner. Then we have to request dot, and after this we have to set notification visibility, and inside this we have to pass download manager dot visibility request dot visibility visible. So this is fine. Now we have to again request dot and set destination in external private public directory. So where you want to store our thing, or we can say reel or any content, so we are going to use directly environment dot directory DCIM. I am going to store all these things into our DCIM. Then comma, then we have to take two curly braces, two quotes, and then we are going to save by using the system time meals according to when user download this. So I can type here system dot current time meals, and the type of the media is mp4. Otherwise it will not going to play inside our local storage. So we have to store using .mp4 using this. So it is showing error, so don't worry, we will soon solve this error. Then after this we have to type here download manager and equal. Then we have to type here the type of this download manager. Then we have to get the activity context, get activity dot get system service, and inside this we have to pass here context dot download service, then semicolon. Now after this we have to use here manager dot enqueue, and inside this we have to pass the request. Then we have to give the toast dot make text get application get context, and finally we have to give the message to the user downloaded. If everything is happen fine, then user going to see this toast dot length short dot show. Now this is showing error, so let's solve this error. Why it is showing error? So it's a expected 2 arguments but find 3. So because I add a comma here instead of plus, so I have to concatenate this. So now finally our Instagram content downloader is ready. So this is done for our reel part. So first of all, let's check this app whether the app is working or not, and if it is working fine, then we will write the code for our photo part and for our IGTV part. But as you already know, the method is same. We have to simply copy paste the code. Now first of all, before moving ahead, it's better to check our code here. So I have to connect my phone, and then I will press on run button. So I connected my phone and I press on run button, and it will start building. So now the Gradle will successful, and you can see every application is working fine. So first of all, I implemented the code for our reel, so that's why I already copy the link. So you can see this is the reel link. So now if I click on get content, it will going to show the content in my video view. So you can see video start playing, I minimize the sound here due to the copyright issue, so that's why. Now if I click on download button, then it will going to download the video and save inside my external storage. So if I click on download, so it does not matter whether the external storage, internal storage is going to save in your phone. So I get the toast of downloaded, and now I open my file section to see whether it is downloaded or not. So you can see this is the DCMI folder. You can see I write the code to store the content in our DCIM. So if I open this, you can see the reel is saved successfully, and I can play the reel here. So finally our Instagram content saver is working fine. So now we have to just write the code for our photo, for our IGTV, for our video, and I already tell you method, so you can write the code for a profile pic in your own way. So if you are not able to figure out the code, then I can share the code of profile pic. So now let's start working with this and see how to download profile pic or IGTV. So first of all, I open my IGTV fragment, and then what I can do, I can simply copy paste the code from our main activity, or we can say reel fragment first of all. So if I open this reel fragment, I can copy this, Ctrl+C, copy IGTV fragment, paste the content here. So instead of particular reel, what I have particular IGTV. Instead of get reel link, I have to type here get IGTV link, and instead of download reel, what I have to type here IGTV, download IGTV, and instead of button get reel, I have to type here get IGTV. So this is instead of reel URL, I have to type here IGTV URL. So this is the first thing. Now inside over this, I have to copy this. So Ctrl+C, copy, and paste the inside this fragment, paste it here. So instead of get reel link, I have to type here get IGTV link. Instead of get reel, I have to type here get IGTV. Instead of download reel, I have to type here download IGTV, and instead of particular, I have to type here download and particular IGTV. So it is fine. Now we have to also make change here, otherwise it will going to crash our application. Get IGTV link, get IGTV, download IGTV. So you can skip this process, it is your choice if you want to see or not. Download IGTV and particular IGTV, and here I have to set the and particular IGTV on our media controller. Now we have a reel fragment, so I copy this code now, Ctrl+C, copy, and I copy the code here and paste the code here successfully. And instead of get reel, I have to type here get IGTV. This is same single thing. And instead of get reel link, I have to type here get IGTV link, and get IGTV link here. And then we have to call this process data function. So open reel fragment, and we can directly copy this code, download. First of all, I copy the code of download reel. So if I click copy this and paste the code here, so we are going to use the same path here. So instead of reel URL, I have to type here IGTV URL, and instead of download reel, I have to type here IGTV, download IGTV. And now we have to create a process data function here. So open this, copy this process data, paste up to this, Ctrl+C, copy, paste inside this. Now this is fine. Now reel URL, I have to type here IGTV URL. So this is very easy thing you can do for IGTV, but maybe little bit trick is present inside our image view. And particular IGTV, and particular IGTV again, and particular IGTV again, and particular IGTV again. So now IGTV fragment work is complete, reel fragment work is complete. Now we have to write the code for our photo fragment. So open your photo fragment and press enter. What we have to do, so first of all, let's instead of photo fragment, we can directly write the code for our video fragment. So I can directly write the code for video fragment. So I open this main reel fragment, and I have to use this process data again. So open this video fragment and paste the method here. We are going to use this again, and open this reel fragment, and instead of download reel, we have to use this again. Ctrl+C, paste this here, and open reel fragment again. This one, copy this up to here, Ctrl+C, and video fragment, and paste the code here, and then reel fragment, and copy these things. So it is showing error, lots of error, but don't worry, paste the here. Now this is instead of m particular reel, I have to give the name m particular video. Get reel link, instead of this I have to type here get video link. Get reel, I have to type here get video. Download reel, instead of this I have to type here download video, and instead of reel URL I have to type here video URL. So this is done. Now get reel link, instead of this I have to type here get video link. Sorry, this is taking time little bit. Get video link. So if you don't like the video till now, then please like the video, because these tutorials take so much time to build. Download reel, instead of download reel we have to use here download video, and instead of m particular reel we have to use here m particular video, and instead of m particular reel here I have to use m particular video here. Instead of get reel link I have to use here get video link, and instead of get reel I have to use here get video, and instead of download reel I have to use here download video, and instead of m particular reel I have to use here m particular video. So this is done. Now instead of get reel set on click listener I have to type here get video that's set on click listener. Then we have to get the video link, then we have to verify get video link, and we have to click on if download video, and we have to video. So video URL, this one. So it is fine. Now we have to make change here. Video URL, m particular video, m particular video, m particular video, and m particular video. So this is done. Now open close this and open this main thing which is left our photo fragment. So we have to write code here. So first of all we can directly use this Ctrl+C copy and paste these things here, and inside this we don't need a media controller, and this is m particular photo. Instead of get reel link we have to use here get photo link, and instead of get reel we have to get here get photo. You can give any ID name, it is your choice. And instead of download reel, and why I am giving the different ID name, because it can crash our application, so that's why. So string photo URL, we have to type here get photo equal v dot find view id r.id dot photo. This one, not photo, I think get photo, this one. And now I can control D. Now we have a get photo link, so I have to get the get photo link, and we have a download photo, and we have to use here download photo, and we instead of get photo we have to type here m particular photo, and here we have to type here particular photo, this one particular photo. So this is fine. Now below this what we have, if someone click on get photo, that's set on click listener, then new, then capital O. And why I am typing this photo code, because the code is little bit different, because on these things we have a video view, but here we have a photo, so that's why. So I open this code, and I first of all the URL method is same for using this URL. So Ctrl+C, copy this and open this photo fragment, paste the URL here. So instead of get reel link you have to type here get photo link, and get photo link, and we can call this function process data. Now open this and we have to use this function process data. Ctrl+C copy, open this photo fragment and paste the code here. So this is the photo URL, and here we have to URI.parse photo URL. So now we have to, instead of get video URL, this is the main thing which we have to change. We have to fetch get display URL, and I already explained everything in our API, so I am not going to explain these things again and again, so hope you understand. Now after this we have to use this inside our image. We have to load the photo inside our image view, so we don't need media controllers, and we can type here glide. So I forget to add the glide dependency, so I open my previous one project, and this is the build.gradle module app, and where is the glide dependency? You can see this is the glide. So for loading the image using URL we have to use glide, as you already know. So I have to paste the dependency here, click on sync now, so it will going to add the dependency in 1 second, and then we can use this. So now we have to type here glide, so it is not showing till now. Click on this and alt enter. Then we have to load this glide dot load. First of all, instead of load, we have to pass a context with get context, and then we have to load what we have to load URI2, then where we want to load into particular photo. This is done. So it is saying cannot resolve method into video view. So I open my photo fragment and it contain this image view, and the ID name is particular here. So the error is that because I copy the code from real fragment, that's why this is not a video view, we have to use here image view. So now it will not going to show error. So you can see now the error is gone. Now we have to use the same functionality for download. So open real fragment, copy this download code, Ctrl+C copy and paste the code here. Ctrl+Z. First of all, we have to paste the code outside of this get reel function. So instead of download reel, what I have to type here, download photo, and instead of reel URL, what I have to type here, photo URL. So this is done. So finally our Instagram content saver is ready. So I implemented all 4 functionality except profile saver. So you can implement profile saver by on profile pic saver. So first of all, let's check our app whether the app is working fine or not, and if it is working fine, then please like the video, please share the channel, please subscribe the channel, and we will end this tutorial. So I press on run button and it will start building. So it will going to install our application inside our phone. So now application installed successfully. So I already checked the reel part is working fine, so I have to check photo and IGTV. So I open my WhatsApp, and so first of all I copy this photo URL. So I copy this and paste the section inside photo URL, click on paste and get content, and when I click on get content, it will going to show the content here. You can see it is working fine, and if I click on download, this is downloaded successfully. Now if I want to download IGTV, so you can check the video section by your own, it will going to work fine, don't worry. And click on this copy link and now paste the code here inside our IGTV and paste and click on get content. So it will going to show the IGTV first inside our video view. So you can see IGTV start playing 2 minutes, and if I click on download, so you can see IGTV is little bit big. So you can see it is downloaded. So that's why I type here download, set title, and you can see description. So now it is downloaded successfully. Now I have to open my file section. So files, and I have to show both things, whether it is downloaded or not. So you can see inside our DCIM folder, IGTV is also present here. You can see the length of the video is 2 minutes, so you can verify it is working fine. And if I go back, and I have a category of DCIM photos also, so you can see DCIM images, and inside images we have, so it automatically, this code download manager automatically segregated the code for images and video. We don't need to worry about this. So you can see video is present in video section and images is present inside images section. So I hope guys you like this tutorial, and if you have any query you can comment down below. I will try to give the answer of every comment. Please like the video, because I don't think so someone uploading this kind of content on YouTube. So please like the video, and I try to explain everything in a very easy way. So if you have any query you can comment down below. I will try to give the answer of every comment. Please like the video, please subscribe the channel. I only want these things. Thank you. See you soon in next amazing project.